underclassmen. It's Olivia again. I'm in my garage again. Today I'm filming a video in relation to West Student Leadership, and mostly I'm talking about how you can work through adversity. Now, I'm sure everyone in the world faces troubles at some point in their lives. It's kind of an inevitable part of our lives. Like, it's gonna be there. For me personally, I could talk about more how, in relation to Western leadership, I got over my own problems, I guess, but I'm sure I'm going to continue to have problems through my lifetime, and that's the same for anyone, really. So, I could say that towards the beginning of freshman year, I was an extremely shy person, and it pretty much was that way all the years before that, since, like, maybe 3rd grade or something. I was really shy to speak out. I was scared to raise my hand in class. It was just a really, like, I knew the answers, but I just wasn't giving it to the teachers. I wasn't really, I guess, giving the teachers what they wanted in terms of how they knew how I could give these answers to them. Well, talking about that, I didn't know what to do freshman year. I'm the oldest person in my family. I didn't know what clubs to join, and so I knew in my mind, I knew it as a goal. I was like, I'm gonna break out of my shell this year, or my high school career, basically. And so I joined clubs. I decided which ones I liked, and eventually, I think sophomore year, I joined Western Leadership. I went to all the meetings. I was very active in it. And end of junior year, at that point, junior year, I was vice president because I applied and everything. And when it came time to nominate our board for the next year, everyone was like, Olivia is president, and nobody opposed. So, I'm president right now of Western Leadership. And I could definitely say with full confidence that my ability to speak in front of people has definitely improved a lot. And I think it's just getting practice in. And it's not necessarily like you speak in front of you practice speeches or anything like that. I think it's just getting comfortable with whoever you're talking to and having belief in what you're going to say. And I think at this point I can say that I've definitely broken out of that shell. And I can talk about one specific experience where freshman year, Mrs. Moran's theater class definitely broke me out of my shell. But it was kind of easier for me. That class was easier for me in a way that no, I didn't know who anyone was, so I wasn't really feeling the pressure or anything to do a certain way or do a certain performance in a certain way. Anyway, I basically have danced for the past 8 years of my life, so giving expressions and stuff on stage, being energetic on stage came pretty naturally to me, but the verbal part was where I kind of struggled in theater, I guess. I was really pretty nervous because I was pretty close to people. Usually, when you're dancing, people are kind of far away. I didn't have my glasses on stage, so I couldn't see anyone, so it was a lot easier to deliver my performance to the best of my ability. But theater, I could see people were there. I had to practice my verbal skills a lot. And one of the comments that Mr. Moran would always say to me is like, speak a little bit louder. And yeah, I guess at this point I can say I've done that, hopefully. But just in general, speaking about working through adversity, challenges in your life, they're going to come your way. Schoolwork related, if a class is hard, what we hear about things on the news, it's hard to deal with those kind of things. You're on your own. But if you are on your own, some methods that I would say to kind of work through them is meditation. Basic things like a meditation. Write down your thoughts. Talk to someone, talk to a friend that you trust, talk to a family member you trust. But if you can't, try to take over that adversity. Try to be bigger than it. Because I feel like if you do that, I think you'll start to feel like you've achieved something, that the problems that you are facing are easily like ignored almost. you feel like you can tackle your problem better. But one of the tips I use for myself is writing in a journal, because you know you have good moments and terrible moments in your day. I know, especially now, a lot of us high schoolers have the pressure to do well in class. I know it because I know it's true. I can hear, you know, I ask people like, "How are you doing?" They're like, "No, this class is terrible. There's so much homework. I can't take the pressure of it." Whatever. But there are good and bad moments in your day. Once you write them down, you look back on it a couple months later, a couple weeks later, and you're like, "Oh, I forgot about that." And you're basically putting down your thoughts for that day into a place where it will never go away. So you'll always be reminded of the challenges you faced, but also the good memories. And hopefully after you go back and read those things, you're going to realize, well, I actually overcame my problems. And those are basically things I would have to say about facing adversity. Reach out, try to take action yourself. I know there are many methods to do that, but you guys can decide. Anyway, sorry for this video kind of being like off-center, because I have to kind of prop it up in the center. But I really hope that was helpful to you, and I'll see you guys later.